got me brass bar from the suppliers. It's 1.5 inch square. Unfortunately, they didn't have a. They had, well, it's an offcut basically. You can buy individual portions, but that works out as stupid money. This is an offcut, and I managed to get it at a reasonable price, about 160 quid I think it was. Can't remember off the top of my head, but it wasn't as long as I wanted. But with a bit of jiggery and pokery, I reckon I can get all of the fixtures out of it. So by jiggering around, I can do it. Hopefully this will cut okay with my bandsaw. I do hope so. If not, I'm going to be Popeye by the time I've done it by a handsaw. So I'm just going to have a bit of a play and just see if I can get the best out of this that I can. I'll bring you back in a minute. Right, okay. Virtually pleased with that. Managed to get it in. I've got one here. I'll just show you how I've laid these out quite lax because I want plenty of room around them. So one, and I've done number 2, 3, 4, blah 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 blah, and 7 there. 8's just off the screen. But there we go. Prices this brass stock are going absolutely through the roof at the moment. I'm lucky I managed to get an offcut, because otherwise it would have been a damn sight more expensive. So I was lucky with that. Lucky that somebody agreed to sell it. Anyway, there we are. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8's just off the screen. Split up. I think I'm going to have to do a drill so I can change the angle of the bandsaw cut. And I should be able to cut these okay, and that's the hope anyway. So that's the first job, is to cut all this into portions. So wish me luck. Right, so this gap here is the turning point in the cut. I need to cut up this slope here, up this slope here. So one point or other I need to turn. The blade's basically 1/2 inch deep. So luckily that's about 1/2 inch. So I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me just bring you in. Yeah, there we are. I've got a 1/2 inch circle there, give or take. I've marked out the centre of the part, and I'm basically going to drill these just so when the blade comes up I can get into there, hopefully, and then turn and cut this way just to separate it up. I'm not bothered if each one of these is left for a load to mill out, but I do need somewhere obviously to cut along this way. Right, I can only do 2 of these at a time in the setup I've got, and I'm not messing around changing the setup, but I can do 2 8mm and then 2 1/2 inches, then swap it round. Got DRO set for 0 for this one, so bosh this one, 8mm for the second one, change over 1/2 inch, do that one, come back again. slow that down a bit. Right, I'm at the centre of the bar at the moment, and I think the first cut I'm going to do is probably this cut here. Basically just to separate it into two halves, rather than trying to cut one heavy end and support it. I can do it in the middle. So that's my first cut. Just going to move it like that. And anyway, I'm not going to film all of this because it is a long, laborious process. It's not quick, but it's better than doing it by hand. Right, so now this is just a smaller bit, and I'm going to cut this in half. So next, cut off the excess corner. Might as well, rather than just mill it off. This isn't taking too long, not as long as I expected anyway. And then I'll part the two halves. So corner next. So all the blocks are cut on the end. Now I'm going to just cut up here. I say just, it's going to take some time. Also cut up here and hopefully join the two together via the hole. Now that's going to be the tricky one, because although that's the same size diameter as the thickness of the blade, I'm going in at an angle, I'm not going in the centre of it, so we'll have to see how that performs. But that's the next operation, to separate the two bits. So that's what I'm going to do now. So all my parts are cut, and now I've got to start machining them, which is jolly good because cutting them is really boring.